chaque été. Las Vegas présente le plus gros événement annuel des arts martiaux mixtes. L'International Fight Week offre les meilleurs combats.
Wow! How good is this? What a great night. What a way to cap it off.
Et les événements les plus mémorables de l'UFC.
It's a celebration of how far this sport has gone.
L'année 2017 ne fait pas exception à la règle.
Oh, we caught him.
La carte bien remplie marque le retour d'Anthony Showtime Pettis.
Oh! And again, that buckled him.
De plus, les excellents poids lourds couronnés de succès, Alistair Overeem et Fabricio Verdum, complètent le tout.
Alistair Overeem.
En finale de l'événement, la championne des poids coqs, Amanda Nunes, affronte l'aspirante numéro 1, Valentina Shevchenko, dans un combat revanche fort attendu.
I really think I'm better than her everywhere. She believes, but it's not means that it's right.
Nunes et Shevchenko se sont battus pendant 3 rounds éreintants au printemps 2016. À l'UFC 213, elles s'affrontent de nouveau. Cette fois, pour la ceinture.
It's gonna be two the best in that cage, and I want to make sure it's more strong than the last time.
The real answer, it will be inside the octagon.
Pendant que le champion des poids moyens, Michael Bisping, se rétablit de son opération au genou, les meilleurs aspirants luttent pour la première place.
The star breaks out tonight. Oh, huge elbows! Yoel Romero!
Lightning fast, explosive power.
La demi-finale de l'UFC 213 est un combat pour le titre par intérim des poids moyens.
Romero, the sensational, explosive ability.
Et un éventuel combat de réunification contre Bisping lui-même.
I love you, man! I love you! See you soon, boy!
Le numéro 1 au classement, Yoel Romero, affrontera l'Australien Robert Whittaker. Les deux hommes demeurent invaincus chez les poids moyens de l'UFC.
Man!
Joe Romero's a tough dude. I want to fight him. I want to fight all the rest of the dudes in the middleweight division. They're tough dudes. I want to fight them too. I want to beat them too. I'm the best middleweight in the world, period.
¡Listo! ¡Tiempo!
Que ha sabido hacer muy bien su trabajo. Las palmas. Preocúpate tú, Whittaker, porque Dios me ha bendecido. Yo sé que voy a ser campeón.
Mais avant le début du grand événement de l'été, préparez-vous au décompte de l'UFC 213. En été, le sud de la Floride est un paradis tropical pour les amateurs de plage et une destination vacances parfaite pour les gens en quête d'évasion. C'est dans cette banlieue tranquille qu'habite la championne en titre des poids coqs de l'UFC, Amanda Nunes, qui vient d'emménager dans une nouvelle maison avec sa copine, aussi combattante de l'UFC, Nina Ansaroff.
Oh, you want to wear your apron?
Yes.
You're ready to go.
Ready to go.
Leur nouvelle demeure marque la consécration d'un parcours vers le sommet.
Let's try to keep everything fire-free today.
Okay.
Et est bien loin de la résidence de Miami bondée où elles habitaient, alors qu'elles étaient de jeunes combattantes cherchant à réaliser un rêve apparemment inaccessible.
We share a house with 8 people, like a 2-bedroom house.
We made up bedrooms.
We made up a bed in the living room. Always a good time as well. But of course, we was broke.
It was fun to go through, but this is better.
Nunes se bat pendant des années dans la Strikeforce et l'Invicta et cherche à devenir championne. En 2013, Ronda Rousey marque le début d'une nouvelle ère dans le sport. Et Nunes entre dans l'UFC. Avec la ceinture de Rousey dans sa mire, Nunes se met à faire des ravages parmi les poids plumes de l'UFC.
She just keeps getting better and better.
Elle est prête d'obtenir un combat pour le titre.
Her wins become more and more spectacular.
Quand le remarquable règne de Rousey prend fin.
Oh my God!
Elle a toutefois encore comme objectif de remporter la ceinture. En juillet 2016, Nunes participe à l'un des plus grands événements de l'histoire des arts martiaux mixtes.
This monumental moment is now upon us.
Touch gloves and let's do this.
Même si Amanda Nunes réalise son rêve de devenir championne de l'UFC,
More punishment.
She's got the choke. She's got the choke. She tapped.
elle a encore du travail.
When Amanda beat Misha, there was a lot of talk saying she's not the best because she didn't beat Ronda.
What a dominant victory by Amanda Nunes.
We've been training for Ronda Rousey since the Strikeforce. Every time that I wake up, like, I say, like, I will beat Ronda Rousey one day.
Welcome back, Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
It wasn't like Ronda's fighting this champion, Amanda Nunes, who is the champion. It was like Ronda's fighting, so everyone wanted to see Ronda fight.
Ranjan, rely on your footwork, okay? Head movement, good jab, timing.
Some people didn't even know my name.
No, most people didn't know her name.
For Amanda Nunes, this fight is about validation. She wanted this fight, Joe, and she's getting it.
It is a huge fight. It is the biggest fight for any woman in the 135-pound division. Amanda Nunes starts fast, and Ronda's so amped up and worked up right now. I think the beginning of this fight is just going to be chaos. Oh, she tagged her. She tagged her again. She hurt her.
Head movement! Head movement!
Nunes with a big right hand, Mike, and again, she hurt her again. Ronda's in trouble.
Reset! Reset!
She's in trouble, Mike. Big trouble.
Over the top.
She shot her to the body. Nunes' hands are down. She's walking Ronda down. She tagged her again.
Can she finish him right here, right now? Big combination.
She's stunned.
Over and over. Boom! Amanda Nunes.
That's it. That's it. It's over. Flawless performance by Amanda Nunes.
That young Brazilian superstar may hold on to that belt for a very, very long time.
I know you're gonna beat the out Ronda Rousey like that for a long time ago. I told you, I'm the champion here, Amanda Nunes, the Lion.
Everybody was chirping about the, the promotion for this fight. That it was all Ronda-based. After tonight, everybody knows who Amanda Nunes is now. She's on her way to cementing her own legacy now.
Nunes brille dans le plus gros combat de sa carrière. Et elle profite maintenant du mode de vie d'une championne.
What do you spend your money on when you want to feel like, like a baller?
I want to, of course, I want to make my life better, buy a house.
4 years ago, I live in the gym and don't have any money. I got in this country, 20 bucks in my pocket. And then today I have my house and my new car. It's been so much fun. My belt.
No one's taking it.
No one taking it.
The city of Los Angeles deemed May 16th to be Amanda Nunes Day because you're a trailblazer for the LGBTQ community. When you started fighting, did you think that you would be an icon?
No, everything's been so amazing.
Winning the belt was great against Misha, but knocking out Ronda in that fashion was just kind of, that really put her on the map.
It's really life-changing. I mean, it's really cool to see that in our sport, wow, this is what you can do. You can come from nothing, and then your craziest dreams come true.
Nunes récolte assurément le fruit de ses efforts pour s'emparer de sa ceinture. Mais la volonté qu'elle incarnait comme aspirante motive maintenant ses futurs adversaires qui cherchent à la lui enlever. La prochaine adversaire est familière. L'aspirante numéro 1, Valentina Shevchenko, a remporté 7 de ses 8 derniers combats, ayant subi sa seule défaite aux mains de la Lioness l'an dernier.
First fight, it was very close fight. I think if it maybe 1 minute more, it would be different result. But it was in the past. Real fighter, you have to move forward. And I never stopped to move since my first steps in martial arts.
Les arts martiaux sont profondément implantés dans cette famille de combattants du Kirghizistan. Ainsi, le parcours de la plus jeune des filles, Shevchenko, commence quand elle a 5 ans.
my older sister, Antonina Shevchenko. She is World Muay Thai champion. Our mom, she is Sordan black belt of Taekwondo. And because of her, we started to be in martial arts.
Valentina es deportista completa. Tiene muchísimos torneos en cualquier deporte, en taekwondo, karate, judo, sambo, boxing, kickboxing, muay thai.
There's a reason, Pat, they call her the bullet.
Avec plusieurs titres mondiaux et une fiche de 56 victoires, 2 défaites en Muay Thai.
Oh, she ate that one. That was a beauty. Comes her again.
I think Shevchenko's trying to market herself to Dana White that she knows how to take people down.
Shevchenko se consacre maintenant entièrement aux arts martiaux mixtes. Elle est bien placée pour remporter le plus grand prix des sports de combat.
My goal is to be the champion from the first minutes with UFC. Step by step, I closer and closer to my goal.
Après son combat contre Nunes, Shevchenko bat l'ancienne championne Holly Holm dans un combat de 5 rounds.
Oh, heel kick. Man, the timing of Shevchenko really shining in this fight. Look how strong Valentina is.
Elle remporte aussi son combat suivant, en finale de l'événement à Denver.
Game time! The Venezuelan vixen, Juliana Pena.
There's only on and off with her. There's no subtle level. Her aggression is off the charts.
Pena is in yellow and white, Shevchenko in the all-black. Pena, high-amplitude takedown.
Shevchenko climbing her guard higher. Maybe we'll see her try to rotate those hips, look for an armbar or a triangle attempt here. As she attempts an armbar here, she's got enough time to finish it. This is tight. Pena's gonna try and walk her feet over the other side.
Oh, she got Valentina Shevchenko by submission. An underrated submission game, Shevchenko getting it done tonight. And in all likelihood will be next for the champion, Amanda Nunes.
I'm very excited for take rematch and take this belt. We're gonna do it again and then we're gonna finish you. I'm gonna prove it out.
En mars 2016, l'UFC présente son événement le plus regardé à la télévision à la carte à ce moment. La carte principale commence par un combat entre 2 poids plumes, prêts à tout afin d'obtenir un combat pour le titre.
Nunes has so many tools and weapons. Nunes opening up on her. Shevchenko is in a bad spot here for Nunes. 2 very good rounds, especially the second round.
And we just saw the toughness and durability of Valentina Shevchenko. Third and final round.
Nunes ayant clairement remporté 2 rounds, sa victoire semble imminente. Mais Shevchenko refuse de céder et livre un combat acharné jusqu'à la fin.
Whoa! Oh man!
They go the distance!
Impressive third round for Shevchenko, and it seemed like she had Nunes hurt a bit, but not enough.
I'll get your pull.
All right. That fight was a challenging fight for me because I never fight southpaw before. I ended up beating her, but in the third round, I felt a little bit like off. That thing drained me like mentally.
After she fought Amanda, we paid attention more to her next fight and the fight after that. And then that's when we're like, you know, she might make her way back up here again. You might fight her again. She was always, every now and then, throwing in a southpaw sparring partner, not just for that camp, but throughout all her camps, just to get that feel in case it were to happen again, to be ready for it.
Woohoo! Fishy!
Go! Oh! Oh, tree fish.
Tree fish. I've been training for her since our first fight. And I will finish her this time.
Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
The only one.
This is Florida for you.
Le sud de la Floride est une terre d'accueil tout indiquée pour la championne née au Brésil. Comme plusieurs des grands combattants d'aujourd'hui, Amanda Nunes s'est installée ici à cause de l'entraînement de premier plan requis pour atteindre les sommets du sport. Cet entraînement se déroule au sein de la American Top Team, qui possède des installations de pointe uniques dans le monde des arts martiaux mixtes. L'équipe a formé des champions de l'UFC, tels que Tyron Woodley et Robbie Lawler, et compte maintenant dans ses rangs 2 des meilleurs combattants du sport. La championne des poids pailles, Joanna Jedrzejczyk, et la détentrice du titre des poids coqs, Amanda Nunes.
The women's program in the gym is very big. We have 2 women's belts in the gym, and all those girls that wanna be a champion.
Les 2 championnes de l'UFC sont dirigées par l'entraîneur-chef Mike Brown, qui compte sur son expérience d'ancien champion. Brown est aussi dans le coin de Nunes lors de son premier combat contre Valentina Shevchenko. Et il sent qu'ils ont le plan pour la battre de nouveau à l'UFC 213.
There's definitely some really good things to take out of that fight.
UFC speaker, oh, this is getting some perks. Perks of being the champ.
There was a big discrepancy on the ground.
Little jog, 3 minutes, 3 minute, get warm, yeah? Nina, you start with Amanda, I'll start with Rana.
Valentina's ground game wasn't at the same level as Amanda's, that's for sure.
Been running fast, crossing county lines just to make my name in the city. Took everything, put it on the line, 'cause I never break or back down.
Push foot, yeah, there you go.
There were some things we could have improved on, some positional things where we could be a little more efficient and maybe get the finish.
She's gonna throw the hook, throw a hook. And 1 through. No, there it is, yeah.
I like the matchup. You know, Amanda's done it before, and I think she'll do it again.
Hey, that looks really good. I mean, and if you get the timing, I think, for this, you can take anybody in the world down, and it's efficient, you know. When they make their move, if you see them loading up a punch, you go under. That was good stuff, right?
Thank you, Mike.
Good, yeah, nice. Thanks. Good training.
Pendant que Nunes se prépare dans le confort de son pays d'adoption, Valentina Shevchenko change constamment de paysage. Après le début de son camp d'entraînement en Thaïlande et à Houston, au Texas, la nomade passe les dernières semaines précédant l'UFC 213 dans une grande ville montagneuse semblable à son Kirghizistan natal.
In Denver, it's a very good place because you can find here like about maybe 5 or 6 different Russian stores, and I don't have any problem to find every ingredient that I want for every dish that I desire to prepare. In Russia, we didn't have like opponents because we are fighting with everyone, and our coach decided to travel. We was living for a few months in Thailand, in Holland. We spent 8 years in Peru. 2 symbols, Russia and Peru. I love to drink tea, and from Argentina, I take this like part of culture. So I have it with me every time too. This is great, I think, to travel and train in different places, training in different gyms, training with different sparring partners. Stay put another 15 minutes and it will be amazing.
Une partenaire d'entraînement particulière, membre du top 5, habite aussi à Denver, au Colorado.
Namajunas with a huge head kick.
Avec ses coups portés et son grappling flamboyant, Thug Rose Namajunas offre un style unique aux combattantes qui se rendent dans la capitale du Colorado.
She came to our gym before she fought Juliana Pena. Originally, she was just coming out here for the altitude, and then I just so happened to be here. Okay. I was very persistent. I was like, you know, whatever you need, I'm here. I helped her as much as I could, and it showed in her performance. She lives like a soldier, you know, she's a true martial artist, and she's literally focused on being the best, and that's it.
Quand Shevchenko mettra au défi la championne Amanda Nunes pour son titre à l'UFC 213, elle se battra pour le titre des poids coqs et pour la revanche.
I cannot leave it like it was before. I training to make not one mistake, go to the octagon, win the fight and take the belt.
L'aspirante au titre des poids coqs, Valentina Shevchenko, qui pratique les sports de combat depuis toujours, est habituée à toujours s'entraîner. Mais pour la combattante, surnommée The Bullet, c'est-à-dire balle ou projectile, une journée hors du gym repose le corps, tout en gardant l'esprit vif.
I started to shoot and compete in defensive pistol competition in 2011.
¿Ya ahora?
Sí.
Hay acelerar.
Usually it's like targets. But it's fun to shoot fruits.
À l'approche de l'UFC 213, Shevchenko se concentre sur la tâche qui l'attend.
Before training and after training, every day till this date, I'm thinking about my fight and what I have to do and how I have to do it. I will put all my heart, power and everything that I have to win the belt.
La championne des poids coqs de l'UFC, Amanda Nunes, est seulement la deuxième femme à réussir à défendre son titre à 135 livres. La première était Ronda Rousey, dont la série de 6 défenses de suite ne sera peut-être jamais battue. Mais Nunes est plus que prête à s'attaquer à ce record.
Was one moment that I looked myself in the mirror like, you against the world. I will stay the champion for a long time.
It is definitely the Lioness era. She's on fire. She's getting better every camp. That was it right there. She hits like a damn lightweight guy, you know what I mean? Forget about a bantamweight woman. And I don't know if there's anybody in any weight female that can deal with her power.
Protéger l'air de la Lioness signifie réécrire un chapitre précédent de ce récit épique. Alors que l'aspirante numéro 1, Valentina Shevchenko, cherche à venger sa seule défaite dans l'UFC infligée par la championne.
I cleaned this division. I beat this girl already. I beat her already, and I'm gonna do it again.
You almost was beaten in the third round, so
I'm a champion for a reason.
We will see it. I never stop to improve. You have to be prepared for everything, and I will be prepared for everything.
I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top.
Superman punch to the body there.
Shevchenko turning it on.
Valentina's improved since they fought the last time. Nice frame right there. But I just don't see the level of improvement that Amanda's gained in the last year.
Big difference in the skill level for Nunes.
I think this time she's gonna put her away.
I mean, Shevchenko does not want to quit.
It's gonna happen. I will be ready.
Nunes is vicious. Thus the nickname the Lioness.
I will be a lion.
Man, we just saw the toughness and durability of Valentina Shevchenko.
It will be new fight, it will be new history, it will be new result.
Depuis juin 2016, la catégorie des poids moyens est imprévisible.
Oh, he got rocked! He heard starting bad.
D'abord, Michael Bisping surprend le monde entier en mettant KO le champion Luke Rockhold pour s'emparer du titre des 185 livres.
Michael Bisping is the champion!
Il défend ensuite sa ceinture contre son rival de longue date, Dan Henderson. Puis, il s'engage pour un super combat contre le légendaire Georges Saint-Pierre.
I'm a better version than I was when I used to compete.
The sport is a different place. Game over.
Le retour de GSP n'aura toutefois pas lieu aussi vite que prévu.
George St. Pierre is saying he will not be ready to compete now until November. Who knows if that's even the case? We're not waiting for George St. Pierre anymore. We're moving on with the division.
Une blessure au genou et une opération récente empêchent toutefois Bisping d'affronter le prochain aspirant. Et la date de son retour est incertaine. Dans tout ce chaos, les meilleurs poids moyens se battent pour obtenir un combat pour le titre par intérim.
Oh. Beautiful jab. Beautiful right hands by Mousasi. What a fight.
Et l'aspirant numéro 1, évident, fait ses preuves. Pour ce grand lutteur cubain, un combat pour le titre de l'UFC est inévitable. Ce n'est qu'une question de temps.
Tú tienes que tener una mente bien flexible. Se pronosticó un día soleado y de momento empezó a llover. ¿Qué vas a hacer?
Celui qui s'est autoproclamé Soldier of God, soit soldat de Dieu, n'a jamais perdu dans l'UFC. De plus, sa violence et sa puissance laissent les plus grands combattants perdus et vulnérables.
Oh! That guy's something, man. He is something.
Stoppage has got to be coming soon.
Oh! Romero with a big shot.
Oh! Huge elbows. Yoel Romero.
El hombre se puede preparar para la guerra con armadura y caballo.
Oh! We got caught with a spinning back fist. He's stunned.
Quien da la victoria es Hashem de los ejércitos.
Yoel, Soldier of God, Romero.
4 años atrás, cuando yo recuerdo que entré a la UFC, pusieron un listado de los 100 primeros atletas de UFC. Recuerdo que yo estaba en el 78.
Beautiful takedown. There's not a whole lot of humans that can move like that.
Mira dónde estoy hoy, brother.
Flying knee. He knocked him out. Wow. That's it. This fight's over. Yoel Romero. Wow.
That is,
wow,
an extremely dangerous man.
Look at him. Look at this. Right in front of us.
Bien installé au sommet de la catégorie, Romero se battra pour le titre par intérim des poids moyens, en l'absence de Michael Bisping. Son adversaire est de taille. Un nouveau venu dans le top 5, qui vient de l'autre bout du monde. C'est au pays des kangourous qu'habite un combattant des arts martiaux mixtes né en Nouvelle-Zélande, dont le parcours a commencé quand il était enfant, peu après son arrivée en Australie.
What are you doing, Jack? Running around in circles? Yeah, right. Working cardio. Getting that cardio in. Me and my brother and my father, we all lived in a townhouse. Didn't have a lot of money, but looking back, it was all pretty cruisy. I played rugby league all growing up, and I did that on par with like my karate and martial arts. Sun's good, eh?
Beautiful.
Where you going, Jack? It's finding it very hard to stay big enough to run at these big boys, and keep my weight low enough so I could make welterweight at the time. Don't do that. He's digging to me
don't
out.
get the plans, babe.
So I just said, screw it. You know, I think I'm just going to go all in with fighting, and let's say things are going pretty well. Super nice. Why don't we do this more often?
Il opte donc pour les arts martiaux. Et pour les combattants en herbe de Sydney, le meilleur moniteur est Henry Perez.
Keep moving, let's go, keep moving.
celui-ci remarque rapidement l'immense potentiel de Whittaker.
Robert primarily came into my gym with a karate background and that's a stand-up system, and I would generalize Robert now strong in all areas. He's very adaptive and that makes Robert Rob.
Sous la direction de Perez, Whittaker commence à se battre chez les professionnels à seulement 18 ans. Puis, après avoir amassé 9 victoires, il remporte l'ultime combattant pour l'équipe de l'Australie.
From Sydney, Australia, Robert Whittaker!
Il comprend alors qu'il lui en reste beaucoup à accomplir.
When I first joined the UFC, it was more about trying to stay in it. But it dawned on me, you know, I've already got this far. If I do X, Y, Z, and I make these changes, and you know my performance is good, you know I can be the best in the world.
Après 5 combats dans l'UFC chez les mi-moyens,
Robert Whittaker finishes Colton Smith.
Whittaker monte chez les 185 livres, où il se fait rapidement remarquer.
Oh, he goes down with a knee. That is it. Robert Whittaker. 2 early knockdowns for Whittaker. Tomorrow to go.
That is what's scary about Whittaker. He is a finisher, and he's extremely aggressive.
Oh! Robert Whittaker with a head kick.
How is Brunson standing? Uppercuts from Whittaker.
Down goes Brunson. Whittaker has knocked out Derek Brunson in the first round.
Après 5 victoires consécutives dans sa nouvelle catégorie, Whittaker affronte pour le titre l'un des combattants les plus dangereux qui soit. Le champion du monde de Jiu-Jitsu à 8 reprises, Ronaldo Jacare Souza, un adversaire de taille pour le titre.
There he is, the man some call Bobby Knuckles, highest striking rate among active UFC middleweights. The takedown defense near 94%. That will be tested by the elite grappler Jacare Souza tonight.
Jacare's been a household name for a long time. He's been at the top of the food chain for a long, long time. And everything went according to plan.
Jacare so strong at 185 pounds, changes levels here.
Head position.
Whittaker told me, said he feels everybody flips out and freaks out and forgets their basics when they're on the ground with Jacare. Good defense so far. Wow, that's a huge win for the confidence of Robert Whittaker.
He's gonna charge harder now, Rob. He's gonna charge harder. Be elusive. One hit at a time. One at a time, Robert. Good.
Oh! Robert Whittaker, huge right hand! Down goes Jacare!
Up, Robert, let him up, let him up!
A window of opportunity for Whittaker, who wisely allowed Souza back to his feet.
Very smart of Robert Whittaker. He hurt him again with that uppercut.
Yep. Oh, head kick from Whittaker!
Jacare is on wobbly legs.
Oh! Massive head kick for Whittaker, follows it up with a straight right. Oh, Souza's in trouble here. Oh, Whittaker pouring it on now. And that is it. Robert Whittaker has done it. He finishes Jacare Souza in round 2.
I'm not playing. You know, these aren't games.
Robert the Reaper
I'm number 3 in the UFC for a reason. I fought my way up and I worked hard. I earned that spot, and I can definitely beat any middleweight in the world.
Pour le poids moyen de l'UFC, Robert Whittaker, la reconnaissance mondiale de ses performances dans l'UFC lui permet d'influencer positivement les prochaines générations chez lui.
We're going to go on a tour, go there, see some of the kids, try and take the fitness course out there, and it should be really good, really excited.
Aujourd'hui, cela signifie raconter sa vie au peuple aborigène de Moray.
Aboriginal Pathways, we've done a partnership with Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Smitten Grange. So we're looking at Aboriginal business owners to run sort of gyms and promote healthy eating and healthy lifestyle. And Rob Whittaker has been a mentor on the program.
Does anybody have any questions about the UFC, about my training?
I've got a question. Can you tell me how important you think that your education has been?
Education is absolutely vital for every aspect of your life. And to be the world champion, you need to think. You need to be a thinker to be a world champion. And, you know, you're not going to get there without education. Education is super important.
Are you scared to fight your companion?
The nerves I felt from the first time I went out and I competed have not changed at all. But it's what you do while you're feeling nervous. It's how you act and how you behave. Thank you, boys. Appreciate it, man. I really do. The experience and the journey out here was just absolutely amazing. You want me to show you some kicks? Yeah? I'll show you some kicks. So the spinning heel kick is when my opponent's here, I'm going to step across and come around high. If one kid leaves there and says, you know what, Mum, Dad, I want to go do fitness, or I want to go into jiu-jitsu, or I want to go into the path of sports and fitness, then that'll make my day, you know? That's the whole objective, is to come out here and show these kids what hard work and training and, you know, the sports and fitness industry could do for them.
Le rôle émergent de Whittaker comme ambassadeur de l'Australie fait partie de sa transformation en grand athlète professionnel.
Rob's development over the years since I've known him, I've seen him mature not just as a fighter but as a man, much more professional in the way that he approaches everything. He's moved house, his training's completely different.
I truly do think I've surrounded myself with some really smart and good individuals, you know, good for myself and good for my skills. Fabricio Whittaker is my high performance and wrestling coach. Alex Prates does my jiu-jitsu.
30 seconds, fight for the green, 30 seconds for the single leg. Okay, let's go.
It's about getting small improvements consistently.
Go, back.
Boys have not just Rob, but all the fighters, they have like a professional athlete approach.
We're gonna pick it up a bit, okay? We're gonna do rounds of 1.5 minutes, 1 minute. Let's go, time, go.
We train all year round, all aspects of his martial art.
L'équipe est toujours axée sur l'amélioration de l'arsenal complet des techniques de Whittaker, mais reconnaît l'extraordinaire défi en grappling qui les attend à l'UFC 213, alors qu'ils vont tenter d'infliger au médaillé olympique Yoel Romero sa première défaite dans l'UFC.
Romero is a wrestling god, so to speak.
I've never seen him not be dangerous at any stage of a fight.
I need these tough fights to push me further, to truly bring the best out of me. I'm training my absolute ass off because I know he's going to be a hard fight. I'll be expecting 25 minutes of war. Then I hope he is too.
Yoel Romero commence à pratiquer la lutte quand il est enfant, à Pinar del Rio, à Cuba. Il a un talent inné et il représente ensuite son pays natal sur la scène internationale, amassant 1 médaille d'argent olympique et 10 médailles d'or lors de différents championnats du monde. En 2008, il se tourne vers les arts martiaux mixtes alors qu'il étudie en Allemagne. Puis, il s'installe aux États-Unis pour s'entraîner.
Llegar aquí a Miami era casi Cuba también, pero con más cosas, pues sí. Esa misma, ¿tú me entiendes? Esa contentura al saludarte, las personas, al caminar.
Muchas gracias, China.
Bendiciones.
Gracias.
Bendiciones. ¿Cómo estás, Rina?
¿De verdad? ¿Y qué? ¿Una niña o un niño? Niña. Ay, esto también.
O sea, el mismo sabor, la misma sabrosura, la misma alegría, sin tanto estrés, ni tanta amargura, ni tanto dolor, ¿me entiendes? Sabiendo que tus sueños se pueden hacer realidades, ¿me entiendes? Sin empuja. Allá donde está la tierra que emana la leche y la miel. Y entonces, para mí ha sido Miami.
Les habiletés de Romero dans les arts martiaux mixtes progressent rapidement pendant les 5 années passées à la filiale de Miami de la American Top Team. Alors que les membres de l'équipe se préparent au plus gros combat de leur vie, ils n'oublient pas ce qui a amené de Soldier of God près d'un autre titre mondial.
Preparado, listo, tiempo. Vamos a exigirle, vamos a exigirle, vamos a buscarlo, vamos a exigirle, vamos a buscarlo. Eso.
Para poder explicar esto, por mucho que lo explique científicamente, no lo vas a poder entender si la gente no hicieron lucha. Para saber lo que es lucha, tú tienes que llevar tu espíritu, tu alma a un colchón.
¡Tiempo!
En la lucha tienes que empujar tanto y tanto tu propio yo. Eso es lucha. La lucha no es un juego.
¡Listo! ¡Tiempo! Tienes que seguir girando para eso, para el mismo lugar. Ven para acá, Camilo, ven para acá. Ahí, ahí, ahí. manifiesta mucho valor en los combates. Y eso, al final, en cualquier deporte que él decida, creo que iba a ser grande. 5 segundos. Para el mismo lugar. ¡Tiempo! Joel, para cogerte, para recuperarte. O camina, está bien. Ok, camina. Joel sí tiene muchos fanáticos en Cuba. Que si hay 11 millones, sean fanáticos de él, porque todavía, tranquilo. Relájate, respira. Profundo, respira bastante. Todo lo que tú puedas, oxigena todo lo que tú puedas. Vamos, nos fuimos, caballero. Tiene que estar ahí el otro. Vamos, rápido.
C'est la lutte qui a rendu Romero célèbre. Mais c'est la ceinture par intérim des poids moyens de l'UFC qui va exprimer son appréciation envers ceux qui l'ont inspiré à devenir l'aspirant numéro 1.
Va a haber una pelea muy importante para todos los cubanos, va a haber una pelea importante para todos los latinoamericanos, para toda la gente de Miami, para mis compañeros, para mi team. De los suyos, no. Por fin ha logrado Cuba tener un título mundial en el UFC.
Dans la partie sud de l'hémisphère oriental, l'Australie et sa voisine, la Nouvelle-Zélande, partagent une riche histoire sportive. Ces pays ont été bien représentés dans l'UFC par des combattants moins connus pour leur caractère impétueux que pour l'intensité qu'ils apportaient à leur combat.
Oh, he caught him with a big right hand there. Anthony Perosh finishes the fight. Oh, that's it. Wow.
It is an Australian thing, I believe. We tend to be humble and just go about our business. But out there on the field or in the cage or in the ring, we'll give it our all. I think that's Rob to a T as well. You know, you'll find him, you know, that quiet, unassuming family guy. But I wouldn't like to be on the end of him in a cage. Once Rob starts to get hands on his opponents, wills get broken, we see the whole demeanour change, and he's only gotten better with it, so you know, it's no surprise where he's at today.
Robert Whittaker cogne à la porte d'un titre mondial de l'UFC. Il est prêt à affronter l'excellent lutteur cubain Yoel Romero, qui se dresse sur son chemin, alors qu'il cherche à devenir le premier de l'histoire à rapporter la ceinture de l'UFC en Australie.
I definitely think my striking is my advantage. His advantage is his wrestling. I think on paper that's exactly what it is, but you know, fights aren't won on paper.
La pregunta no es esa. La pregunta está, ¿dónde está el key para la victoria? La llave de la victoria la tiene Hashem.
As dangerous as Romero is, and he's very dangerous, he's #1 in the world for a reason, Rob's the guy to go in there and shake it up. He didn't get this far just to not give it his all. You know, he's going in there all guns blazing, so I hope Romero and his team are ready for it.
He knocked him out. Wow. That's it. This fight's over.
Nosotros estamos listos. Bendito sea el Señor.
Le champion Michael Bisping attend l'homme qui s'emparera du titre par intérim des poids moyens.
Bisping owes me a fight, you know. We were supposed to fight all those weeks ago, and you owe me a fight, man.
I love you, man. I love you. See you soon, boy.
Puis, lors de la finale de la soirée, les meilleurs combattants de 135 livres s'affrontent de nouveau, cette fois avec la ceinture en jeu. Une fin appropriée pour l'International Fight Week de l'UFC.
This show is gonna be like crazy.
I've been fighting more than 20 years, and to be the main event of this kind of fights, it's a lot of honor. I know exactly what I have to do, and I know I will do it.
Flawless performance by Amanda Nunes.
I wanna walk out the cage with my belt. It's gonna happen.
Voilà ce qui vous attend à l'UFC 213 à Las Vegas.
Right.